Oh, hello, marketer. How are you? My name's Mark Ritson, and this is the 10-minute virtual open day in case you're considering doing the mini MBA in marketing in April. Let me start with a quick and simple rundown of who I am. You may know me from my columns in Adweek and The Drum and formerly Marketing Week, but that's not my main job. For 25 years, I was a marketing professor teaching at places like the University of Minnesota, go Gophers, University of Melbourne, London Business School, and MIT. I taught the core marketing course on the first year of the MBA program at all these schools, not just teaching it, but winning the teaching prize at several of these schools for the quality of my course. And 10 years ago, I took that core training in marketing, MBA level training, prize winning training, and I put it online and created the Mini MBA in marketing, a chance for any marketer to get MBA level training, advanced applied training in marketing. Now, when I say I worked at universities, everyone has a panic attack. Don't worry. I continue to work as a consultant at some of the world's biggest brands at a C-level position. So I have tons of practical experience as well. So what the hell is a mini MBA? Well, let's think about a real MBA from a top 10 school, a Stanford or a Wharton MBA. It's going to take 2 years, about 30 hours a week. And the B in MBA doesn't stand for branding, it stands for business. So this is a general business course where marketing is maybe 10% of the overall program. It's going to cost you $100,000 easy. And of course, you're going to have to be physically present in the city and campus for much of the program. The mini MBA is different because, first of all, it's only the marketing part of the MBA course that I used to teach, and that's all we cover on mini MBA. It's not meant to be an MBA replacement. It's giving you the marketing part and the marketing part alone. And that's only going to take 12 weeks, and about 4 to 6 hours a week. It's just the marketing part, and it's only going to cost you about 2,000 GBP or whatever that is in your local currency. And the best bit of all is it's 100% virtual. Now, I mean very specific things by virtual. It's 100% online. You can study it anywhere in the world. And crucially, you can study it at any time. Time doesn't exist on the mini MBA. Each week, there's a new class. Each week, I'll answer your questions. But you don't have to run at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to come and attend some silly class with me. It's delivered in a manner which is unique and built around you, not around me, which means it's perfectly compatible with a busy job. So who's it for? Well, this is data from our previous program that finished in December. As you can see, we are relatively senior. About 40% of the class are business owner, partner, director, VP, senior managers. But there's a lot of good experienced marketers there too. I would say any marketer with 2 to 3 years experience or more will benefit from the mini MBA. We also attract an almost perfect symmetry of people from every major industry. We're 50% B2B and 50% B2C. And we attract people from agencies, healthcare, tech, FMCG, consulting, the whole gamut. Yeah. So this is a general marketing course appropriate for any marketer. And crucially, we're a global program. Yeah, about 30-something% of the class come from the UK, where the mini MBA team are based. But we actually service, on average, 30 to 40 countries on a typical program. And you can tune in from anywhere on the planet. So in that sense, location really doesn't matter. So what's in the mini MBA? Well, it's what you would get from an MBA core course at any top business school. We start with, I think, still the most important concept in marketing, the concept of market orientation. That leads us into building and executing market research, and finally into market segmentation. I call these first three modules diagnosis. This is understanding the market, remembering that segmentation is not about you, it's about the market. Once we've done that, we can move to marketing strategy, specifically targeting, positioning, and objective setting, the three things that are at the heart of strong marketing strategy. And we talk a lot about that strategy formulation as part of those modules. Finally, having done the strategy, we can move to execution. We cover product, by far the most important P. Then we get to pricing, the most valuable of the P's. Then we get to promotion, marketing communications, the P that everyone's interested in. And finally, distribution, the tactical execution part of marketing. What we do at the end of the program then is join all the dots, a total marketing knowledge. This is all of marketing, all connected together. And what marketers tell us they experience is finally a complete knowledge. Most marketers begin in one corner of the discipline, and that's fine. But at some point, you want the big picture, the total picture, the bit that has strategy in the middle. That's what MiniMBA delivers. So how does it work? Well, it's built, as I say, around your time, not ours. Every week, I drop a new module. There's a 90-minute class. Don't panic. It's not boring. It's really interesting. And there's also associated reading and other materials that you do alongside the class. In fact, more and more, about 50% of our class do the course podcast, which covers all of those materials in about 45 minutes. Every 2 weeks, I take all your questions, difficult, hard, practical questions, and I answer them all in direct Q&A sessions. And throughout the course, we have our own private LinkedIn group where the class and I interact and genuinely form some interesting, I would even say enjoyable friendships. There is a final optional exam. It isn't a silly academic exam. I give you fictional data and you have to build a marketing plan, and then I humiliate you by explaining what the correct answer was. Finally, we take this very seriously. We have more than 35,000 alumni, and all of them join our lifelong alumni group at the end of the program. We do lots of things for them. It doesn't cost any money. And crucially, as I update the courses over the years to come, you have a lifetime of free access to the material. It's a real commitment. And this is what the program looks like. We've built our own platform, and every week a new module will drop. And there's really 4 parts to it. There's the class that I spend an enormous amount of time filming, which is interesting, applied, and extremely advanced. That's the core of MiniMBA. Next to it, there's always an assigned reading, usually from Harvard Business Review or similar. This is the classic reading on the topic that every good MBA student would have. You get it too. But then there's a series of more optional materials, my columns, podcasts, materials from other thinkers, basically anything that I've curated that I think is essential on the topic of the week. And finally, as I mentioned, there's that podcast if you want to basically consume it all in auditory form. So what are the benefits of doing this MiniMBA with me like this? Well, as I say, we've trained thousands of marketers and we keep hearing the same things. First of all, the program will confirm a lot of stuff you already knew. Maybe you didn't know the name for it. Maybe you weren't sure. It confirms your knowledge. But it will also show you gaps in your marketing knowledge. And the best bit is we will fill those gaps with advanced applied knowledge. Once we've filled those gaps, there's nothing left to learn. And that gives you a complete marketing knowledge, the whole caboodle. And as a result of that, we see an immense boost in confidence from marketers completing the MiniMBA. And that leads to superior job performance, increased attractiveness. Just generally, would you believe it? Training in marketing, despite what you may have been told, makes you better, more knowledgeable, more successful in marketing. The 3 most common pieces of feedback we get from people when they complete the course is, I wish I'd done it 20 years ago. It would have made my life a lot easier. Believe it or not, I'm going to miss this now it's over. It's been such a wonderful part of my life. We get that a lot. And my favorite one, which is always, look, it's been great, but please don't tell anyone else about this. I want this to be my unfair advantage. The secret of MiniMBA really isn't that complex. I'd love to tell you it's because we're great marketers and we've done some clever stuff. It's really not. We have the best product. This is the best training in marketing on the planet. And no, I didn't say online there. I mean any training in marketing. I'd put the MiniMBA in marketing up against a course at Harvard or anywhere else. It's better. And we have proof of that. Obviously, I think it's great. I invented it. But the people that do the course tell us this. When they finish the MiniMBA, we always say to them, have you done any other training in marketing? And if they say yes, we say, how did you rate the MiniMBA versus that earlier training? Was it better, similar, or worse? And what we hear time and time again is that the MiniMBA is just better at everything compared to other training options in marketing. The only exception, which you already noticed, is the MiniMBA in brand management, but that's my other child. And about half the class who've done both programs rate brand better than marketing or marketing better than brand. That's not a problem. And it translates into a plus 84 net promoter score, which is an Apple level of quality. So, what's the ask to get all of this done and have these wonderful advantages? Well, you need to cover 3, 4, maybe 6 hours per week. But remember, that's not sitting in a lecture theatre. And you've got to do that for 10 weeks. But this is convenient, flexible, interesting time. People do it pushing prams, driving cars, at the gym. You can study anywhere. And should you fall behind from one week to another, there's plenty of room to catch up. The proof is really in the pudding. 86% of our marketers, despite their seniority experience, said in December that it had immediately made them a better marketer. But more importantly, they also said that it was convenient studying for the course despite their busy lives. And again, 87% said they felt immediately more effective in their marketing role because of the mini MBA. It makes you better, even though you're already quite good. 92% as a result said they felt more confident of their marketing skills. And that's something that's particularly important because a lack of confidence often holds back good marketers. So let me finish with an FAQ because I've gone past the 10 minutes and I was trying to do it in 10 or less. Does time zone matter? No, we service every country on the planet. I'm very busy in a full-time marketing role. So is everyone else on the course. You'll be fine. How many hours per week? Somewhere between 3 to 5 is the average. Do I need loads of experience to do the course? No, we like you to have 2 or 3 years, but after that, you'll be fine. Should I do the mini MBA in marketing or your other course, the mini MBA in brand management? Look, if you've got an MBA level qualification in marketing already, you don't have to do this marketing course. I still would, but you don't have to. You can go straight to brand. But unless it says brand in your title, in which case, again, go and specialize, come and do the mini MBA in marketing. It's too good an opportunity. Is there an exam? Yes, but it's a practical, applied, optional case exam. How much does it cost? It costs £1,949 British pounds. Are there any discounts? Definitely not. Well, there are one. If you work in a not-for-profit, we give you 30% off the price because you're a decent, wonderful human being. But with that exception, we don't offer any discounts of any kind. Why not? Well, if you come and do the course in Module 8, I'll explain why during the pricing module. Do you offer any credit towards doing the course? Unfortunately, we can't and we don't. You have to pay for the course up front. Is it certified by a university or business school? Definitely not. We have LinkedIn certification and you can get your CDP hours, whatever they're called, if you need to do a certain number of hours of training. But I spent 35 years of my life affiliated with universities. I want nothing more to do with them. If you want a certificate with a university associated with it, go with God. Go and find one of those courses. It won't be as good, but you'll get a lovely certificate and an association with the university. We don't do that. We're for marketers who want to get better, practically better. That's why we're here. And so for some segments of the market, I don't think we're the right product. When does it start? It starts on April the 7th, so you have a few more weeks to go. And when do you close entry for the course? Funnily enough, on April the 7th. No later, no earlier. When the course begins, we shut things down and we get moving. You've still got time to onboard. And in fact, all you've got to do to join the course is go to our website, www.minimba.com. You'll find you can click, enter, and pay there and be ready to join the course. If you're part of an organization interested in putting 5 or more people through the program, then talk to this handsome chap, Steve Pereira. He's my head of sales. His title says something different, but he's the head of sales. He's got a whacking big target for April, and he would love to talk to you about putting some of your team through using enterprise pricing and a different arrangement. We love to talk to you there too. Look, the mini MBA, you're going to have different questions. Approach my team through the website. We'd love you to come on the program. It's truly an exceptional course. It does what it says on the tin, and it's waiting for you. April the 7th, the mini MBA management. The open day is over.